I want to talk about a really important topic today, and that is getting out and doing some walking, which is great exercise, and also clearing our mind and thoughts of everything that's going on throughout the day as a caregiver. As you know, as a caregiver, there's so much that's going on besides taking care of the patient and or patients, your loved ones, friends, and so forth. In my case, I take care of my mother, as well as another gentleman who's special needs, 3 dogs, household chores, cooking duties, medical transportation, taking doctor's visits, specialists, etc., etc. So, you've got a lot on your plate. So one great way that I've noticed that's helped me out a lot is getting out and doing some exercise, the good old walking, which is actually really good because think about it, we're promoting good, healthy heart habits. We're getting that vitamin D, which is essential through that sunlight, if there's sun available, obviously, depending on the day and so forth. But just getting out in general, just think about getting some fresh air, clearing your mind, clearing your thoughts. Maybe you've had a combative patient, maybe your parent if you're caring for them, or a sibling, a grandparent. They're giving you a hard time. They're having a bad day, and it happens. It's to be expected. We all have bad days. But this is a great time for you to step away, get some fresh air. I'll give you an example. 2 days ago, both my mother and the gentleman, both who I care for, were both butting heads. I was getting chewed out by the both of them. One of the dogs is barking, going bonkers. So I went ahead, stepped back, cooled down, figured out I needed to be the buffer, right, to keep everything cool and calm. And I took my 2 dogs for a nice walk. We went on about a 35-minute walk. I was able to get away, which is a rarity, but it was so nice to get that fresh air, feel that breeze just going through your hair, just feeling that essential need to exercise, get your heart rate up a little bit. And it's great because it clears your mind. You've got negative thoughts going on, so that when you can get out, you can clear everything. You can, makes you have to think of creative things, creative ideas you might have. Jot them down. So when you're out, it's that me time. People always say, and in my case, right, hey, Michael, you need to make time for yourself. Well, this is one perfect example of how I do make time for myself. It's been proven also, and I get to the gym. I get up really early to get to the gym. However, it's been proven scientifically by a lot of different medical research departments and institutions and so forth, that walking, a good brisk walk, is now just as beneficial as going to your gym and doing your isometric movements, bodybuilding, weightlifting, and so forth. Think about it. This is just as beneficial to go for a nice walk as going to the gym. Now, to me, that's really good news because what it's saying is promoting good cardio, good heart healthy habits. So when you get out, and again, perhaps in a situation, if you're saying, hey, caregiver Cookie, I'm not in the best shape, and that's okay. Start slow. Remember, Rome wasn't built in one day. And we, as well as humans, aren't built in one day to do what we want to do and create these ideas of how I want to be able to, if your goal is to be able to walk 30, 40 minutes a day, well, you got to start maybe with doing 5 minutes. Maybe my goal was to go and walk 4 blocks. Well, today I did 2. And then next week I did 3. And on and on. Next thing you know, I'm walking half a mile, for example. So the whole idea is to always build up slowly. And it's great because as you start to get in better shape, well, guess what? You're able now to care even more so for those you're caring for as a caregiver. Listen, folks, if you're not in the best of health, if your mental awareness isn't there, if you're not taking care of yourselves, who's going to take care of those that depend on you? In my case, right, it's my mother, dialysis twice a week, the neurologist, the cardiologist, the endocrinologist, the nephrologist, the primary care physician, the podiatrist, the vascular surgeon. The list goes on, and a lot of you are probably in the same boat. Maybe for yourselves, you have your cardiologist and you have your specialist as a caregiver, and that's fine. However, please take care of yourselves. It's so important because when you're getting that care for yourself as you need, you've got a positive vibe going. Remember that vitamin D we get it from that outside, from the sun, right? From that nice, beautiful weather or even if it's a lousy day out, bundle up, get out, because again, you're getting fresh air. Nothing beats anything beneficial like getting some fresh air, right? So remember, stay positive, get out, get your exercise, hydrate, make sure you get plenty of water. That's really important, right? Get your electrolytes in. Coconut water is another great way of getting your electrolytes. Or even the little pouches, the little packs that are, have no added sugars. You can put those in your water if you like to flavor up your water. And hydrate and get out. And what's beautiful too, you observe what's going on in your surroundings. Maybe some other doggies getting walked and they're, you can say hi to the other doggies. You see the squirrels up in the tree, the little birds, maybe there's a blue jay, a red robin, an eagle, a hawk that's out and about. It's nice to get out and get out of and get into surroundings that it's positive. Be within nature. I want to stress that too, because I'm very fortunate in the sense that if I don't go very far from where I live, I can be in nature. And you don't have to be in anywhere. By the way, Bonita, my Schnauzer's acting up a little bit, so I apologize for that. Bonnie, chill. You and Licorice, they're having fun right now. They're dogs, right? We as humans have to be the same way. We have to have fun and get out there. And part of that is being in nature. Just like my critters, my doggies love to be in nature. I, as a human, also need to be in nature. It's good for me. Because, as Emerson had said, and a lot of our great writers, and Emily Dickinson, being in nature, it's good for the heart, it's good for the soul. You get out, you get your mind off of all the clutter and jumble that's going on in life, and you just focus on you. And when you're in nature, you look at the trees, look at the mountains if they're near you, or even if you're in the desert, just observe what's around you. It's a wonderful thing. You're getting the exercise. You're making time for yourselves, your dogs, if you have dogs, or if you want to get out by yourself, go by yourself. If you have some friends that want to go out with you, by all means, get out there and trek, hike, simple walk. Start slow if you're not there yet. Don't be intimidated by it. I can't stress enough how simple walking, it's great to fend off osteoporosis. It's great for balance, equilibrium. You build muscle strength. You build endurance, cardio. It's a win-win. So take care of yourselves as one caregiver to others. Sorry about that. Take care. Hey, Licorice. This young lady is just out of control. I'm back. Okay. Anyways, you guys, Caregiver Cookie here. If you could please like my page, I'd greatly appreciate it. So would Licorice. Take care of yourself. Be well. And I'll see you soon. If you could like the page, subscribe to Caregiver Cookie, I greatly appreciate it. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.